One day, I went to attend puja of Swami. That was a mandala. In Kerala, the mandalam is related to the Vritam of Shabarimala. That's a 14 days Vritam. All the Ayyapans take Vritam for 14 days. I was also planning to go to Shabarimala, so I was also under the mandala. Usually, it is during this mandala Vritam that Swamiji intensifies his puja. So, all of his bhaktas would try to attend that puja as far as possible. It was a hectic puja. In the morning, it starts at 3 o'clock. Swamiji comes to the mandapam at 3 o'clock. Then, he goes to the Guru's shrine, the shrine of Sri Nilakanta Virupada, and he does the puja and come out with camphor burning in his hand. And that puja takes a long time. And then he blesses everybody and goes to Sri Rama Sita Mandapam. Again he enters and sits for the puja. But apart from the puja, he does abhishekam. That is, so many coconuts will be ready and he will be pouring the coconut water into his own chest. That is, he sits close with the Vigraha and does abhisheka in his chest. That is based on the concept Aham Brahmasmi or Ramoham, I am Rama. The puja method of Swami Sathyanantha Saraswathy was that he, with his bhavana, enters to the personality of Hanuman. And Hanuman is the disciple and the follower of Sri Rama. So, he worships Sri Rama and Sita like a Hanuman. With this camphor, he dances around. It's a beautiful dance. Because the steps are beautiful. The circles were all geometric. And he always moved in the right direction. That is, in the clockwise direction. He never moves towards the left. And that was really a blissful scene. To see Swami dancing in ecstasy with camphor in his hand. He was a very handsome person with jada and all that, wonderful physical body he had. So it was really a great sight to see. After the Sri Rama puja, he comes out again as Hanuman and then goes around the ashram. People will be standing in queue and he gives vibhuti, each of them, and that goes in a round. Then he comes back again and continues his worship. And again he goes to these people, the devotees standing in queue, to bless them. He puts his hand on the hair and gives a blessing. That's how it works. And there were bhajan groups singing wonderful bhajans. And Swami's dance will be in tune with that bhajans. We can see the ecstasy bubbling out in his eyes. Just a wonderful sight, really. I think that was a gate to heaven, because people who stood there with folded hands really entered into another dimension of life. Well, I used to meditate at that time. Very few people used to meditate, but I used to meditate. Sometimes some devotees used to make fun of me because meditation was not popular then. Now we find a lot of people meditating in the garden and in temples and all that. But at that time, I'm speaking of 30 years back, not 30 years back, 40 years back. And most of the people stood with folded hands, with mantra japa and all that. But I used to sit near Guru Swami's shrine and used to meditate in a corner. That day, I had a lot of friends with me. We all went in a taxi to see Swami's Abhishek. This type of puja happens in the morning and late at night by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock like that. So Swami gets a very few hours to sleep. But he went on doing it for 14 days. And there will be a recital of Ramayana also at that time. So it was all a rainbow of ecstasy to see Swami's worship. But while going to the ashram, I told my friends that today I am going to play a trick on Swami. There is, once he goes away, the second time, he won't come back. That is, he comes with the ashes and arati first, and then he puts vibhuti on the head and sometimes blesses people with his hand, putting on the shoulder or sometimes on the head, and then he moves on like that. Second time, he just shows the lamp. So people take arati. They put their folded hands on the camphor, and that's how it happens. But after that, he never comes back. That is, once he visits a person, he comes second time again, but after that, he never comes back. Then I told the friends that I am going to test whether Swami has got any extrasensory perceptions or sixth sense. I want to test him. So I was sitting in meditation and I promised my friends that I will pull him back to me. If he understands my intention, he will show some signs, isn't it? Because he is in such an ecstasy, naturally he will be in a very advanced level in spirituality. He will be in another mandala, as they call it. Naturally, if he finds a person sitting in deep meditation, craving for him to come back, he will come back. That's what I said. That's what I believed. So I sat there in meditation, deep meditation. He first came to me and he put his right foot on my head, and blessed me. And then again, he went for the puja and all that. Again he came back, this time to show the lamp. And he moves like this, moving from one person to another in a very fast way. He stood there for a second in front of me, and I bowed my head. So I was meditating, I bowed my head, and he moved up. I was craving. I was using all my powers to get him back. Usually he never does. He never comes back again. But this time, he came back. He came back all the way. He was away. Hundreds of people are there. And he came back, the lamp again to me, and gave a kick on my head. I suddenly woke up and he looked at me strongly and went away. The tears in eyes I could see. Well, he must have got angry sometimes, but I proved, not that I am a person with psychic powers and all that, but I proved that Swami Sathyanantha is a person above all these ordinary levels. He was a real Siddha. Otherwise, you could have never guessed that I'm trying to pull him back, isn't it? Well, so my friends were very surprised, and we went inside to see Swami after the puja and all that. We went inside. There was also a prasada distribution and all that, payasam and all that. We ate it. We went inside to see Swami, and Swamiji was looking at me. He knew that he was a little unhappy with what I did. But he smiled and said,
What were you doing there?
then I told him, Swami, I had a bet with my friends. I was trying to pull you back. Swami was serious for some time. Then he told me, okay, this is the first time you are doing this. Don't do it again. Then I said, I will never Swami. Okay. He smiled. See, a guru will definitely give some experiences to his disciples to know that whatever that is prescribed in spirituality are truths. When only we see a superhuman being, we will be able to transcend ourselves into that level. Otherwise, are all common people with common intentions, saying this and that, singing bhajans, making debates on Gita. But they are all human beings like us. But a disciple realizes that this man, his guru, is not a common person. He's not a common human being. That's just like giving us an assurance or guaranteeing us that you are in the right path. I had never tested Swamiji after that day. That memory itself was very enjoyable because that was a clear indication that he could read my mind. In many other situations, he did the same thing. He will be telling me things I wanted to tell him, or he will be answering questions for which I went to him. Such things have happened many times. So, Swami Sathyanantha Saraswathy was a Guru Avathara. He is a Guru who can guide his disciples in a proper way. Disciples come from different fields, isn't it? Different types of people. Some come as brahmachari, some are married people, some are disgusted about material world, some want to make a lot of money, some people want to have that feeling of importance. So they will be coming in different ways to us. But it's the duty of the Guru to realize the brand, the type of disciple he is, his mistakes, and his range, his temperature. Just like in a doctor, seeing the temperature, the BP and all these things, the Guru has to understand the mindset of the student. And only he will be able to help him to walk in the path of spirituality. Swami Sathyanantha Saraswathy, my Guru, was really a blessed Guru because he could read the mind of each disciple who came there with folded hands to lead them to the spirit.